Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC 285 Jones and Gane. We back, and we're finally in March Madness of the UFC. We're out of the Apex for a long time, and we are finally getting real cards. We got real pay-per-views already. We haven't got real fight nights, fucking really. So, I'm happy we're finally in March Madness, the big 4 weeks. No Apex, going from Vegas, we're heading to London, some fucking theater, and then San Antonio. Yeah, we're in March, 4 more weeks of cards and a break to begin April. But, let's enjoy what we have now and talk about what we have later. But, to go back in time, a week ago real quick, if you're new here, I always do a recap of the card that happened 1 week ago, if it did happen 1 week ago. And, yeah, so you want to do a quick recap of UFC Vegas 70? Probably not, because that card sucked ass. But, yeah, I'll put a timestamp down below, which, by the way, I do have timestamps now. They're in the description, of course, and you can just skip to the opening fight breakdown if you don't want to hear a recap of Krylov and Spam, quote Krylov and Spam. So besides that, yeah, let's do a quick recap of a 10 fight Apex card that didn't even get the fucking main event. I'll talk about that in 1 second. So we begin the card with Aliev and Alves. Pretty bad fight. Aliev just did what I predicted him to do, wrestled the shit out of Alves. He bit him, quote once, but I think it was more you put your finger in his mouth and he actually clamped down. I don't think it was on purpose. Got a point taken away, one of the weirdest point takens, that's English, I've ever fucking seen in a fight, but whatever. Mark Smith is a dog shit referee, and what else would you expect? But besides that, Aliev, not a great debut, but not terrible, decent win, and I don't think the dude's that bad. Did he call out Paddy Pimblett? I think he did. He would fucking run through Pimblett. But yeah, Aliev is good win. Selecki and Deaton, predictable as fuck. O'Day and Johnson, good fight. Ice quarter for Johnson. Could I see the case for O'Day Osborne winning? Yes. But again, I don't really agree with that case. I think Johnson won, I think 1 and 2. I believe I'm going to watch the fight in a week. Not going to watch the fight for a while. But I believe I had Johnson up 2-0 going into the third. And I think O'Day did win the third, but I don't know. Good fight. Could have won either way, I guess, but I scored for Johnson. And how I picked O'Day as an underdog, and I was hyping him up all week, so should say a little bit. Then we have Levitt and Martinez. Where the fuck did this Jordan Levitt come from? This Jordan Levitt knocked out Paddy Pimblett. Where the fuck was this guy? Joke aside, I'm happy for Levitt. I think I said in my breakdown, if he could get some striking or develop something outside wrestling, he could be pretty good. Maybe he fucking hurt me, because Jesus Christ, those knees were fucking deadly, man. I thought I was watching fucking Pride Shogun or fucking Vandalay Silva for a second. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy for Levitt. From Martinez, a great one. Not really, but let's see how Levitt does in his next fight. If he can keep developing striking, I might not say top 15, but I think he'd join that echelon of like Dober, fucking Fervola, where at 155 at least, where they're good but they're unranked. Malarkey, Michael Johnson, etc. So happy for Levitt. After that, Jazz Divisius and Fernandez. Holy shit, Jazz Divisius looked amazing. Yeah, if she wants to be female GSP, she had a boring GSP wrestling win. Yeah, she looked fucking phenomenal. Her striking, if it was a kickboxing match, she would have lost. But it being MMA, she got them takedowns and she fucking laid on the pressure. She easily could have stopped the fight in round 2, which was a 10-8. So yeah, we know Jasmine ain't no joke on the ground, but yeah, her striking still needs work. Like I said, if that was just a striking match or kickboxing, Fernandez would have probably knocked her out, if not beat her. So I'm happy for Jazz. Still some problems, but she's, well, fucking her, only her fucking 10th fight, going to her 11th fight, win her next one, so, yeah, could get better. After that, the featured prelim, Trevor Peak and Eric Gonzalez. Predictable as fuck. Peak is just good enough to beat shitty Eric Gonzalez. Not much to say. Opening up the main card, Mike Malott and Johan Lanus. Predictable, Mike Malott's just better. Not much to say, dude's a decent prospect. After that, Tatiana Suarez finally back against Montana de la Rosa. Did she look like Tatiana Suarez? Not exactly, but did she look really good? Yeah. I'm excited to see her back down at strawweight. She's already re-ranked. Not where she was. I don't remember where the fuck she was when she left, but she's already re-ranked at strawweight. And yeah, put her in there, Viviane or Rose. She beats both of them probably in the same night. After that, co-main, talk more in a second about why. Sakai and Mays, shitty fight, but Sakai's just better, so I'm not shocked. And then the main event, Brendan Allen, Andre Muniz, I'll explain after. Man, Brendan Allen's really fucking good, and I'm done counting him out, because this dude's really fucking good. He is a legit problem. He's now ranked at 11th at middleweight, and fuck, he's really good. I think he beats Jack Hermanson easier than he beat Muniz. And he beat Muniz everywhere. Like, it was not close, really. On the feet, I guess, was a little close, but dude, he looked fucking phenomenal. So I'm happy for Brendan Allen in a huge spotlight, thrown into the main event spot because Nikita Krylov got sick the day of the fight. I had to cancel the main event with Span. That's already been rebooked next weekend. The Piotr Jan card, I'll re-break that down next weekend. But, you know, overall, happy for Brendan Allen, huge moment. Tatiana Suarez looked great. Jazz Divigius was cool, and Jordan Levitt, holy shit. A couple other things I could say, but that's the main things I want to say. And yeah, it was a fight. It was an Apex fight night. Now that's one of my longer recaps. Yeah, not much to say about UFC Vegas 70, but I'm so happy we don't have to see Apex till April 22nd. Blades and Pavlovich, I believe. That fight should not be enough in the Apex, but it is what it is. Can I have anything else to say before getting into breakdown? Oh yeah, of course, like, comment, sub, 100 subs go by the end of the year. I finally hit 12. I fucking was on 11 for about 6 years, so I'm finally at 12 subscribers. Yes, I'm just getting over partying over that. Jokes aside, one closer to the goal of 100 by the end of this year, like my goal was last year, where I was at 11 for a whole fucking year. Nah, I'm not gonna fucking. I know the last thing people like to hear on YouTube is, well, my views, my subs. I do this shit. I'm literally doing this for fun. I'm not getting anything out of this besides just getting to talk about the sport I fucking love. So, yeah. Nothing more I can say besides, you wanna finally talk about UFC 285, about, what, 6 minutes in. We got a lot to talk about, so, you ready? I am. Let's talk about UFC 285, 14 fights. Here we go. We begin the card with a fight that was booked when Monday this week? Monday this week. We have Loik Jaggerpaw Radzhabov versus Esteban El Gringo Ribovics. One of those names. Yeah, this fight was literally booked a couple, like, at the beginning of the week, because who Esteban was meant to face, who the fuck was it? I don't remember. I'm looking right now. Kamala Kirk pulled out like a month ago, and they just now found Loik Radzhabov. I'll get better with names throughout this card, I throw. So yeah, let's talk about Loik Radzhabov. another card began with a Tajikistan fighter. Obviously, last week we had Nurullo Aliyev. So back-to-back weeks with one. He's the second ever. Sorry about that. He's the second ever, I believe. So big fucking shit for that place over the last week. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Never seen this dude a day in my life before he got booked in this fight. From what I heard, he's a wrestler. He's a good one. He's actually had some decent wins. He was in PFL and Eagle FC. So he's been fighting in decent places. PFL he went 4-4-1. Not really PFL. You should be better than that. But yeah, I've heard really weird for a guy coming on short notice. I've actually heard pretty good things about this dude. So yeah, Tajikistan second ever fighter. I've heard decent things about. He's a wrestler. Talk about his opponent Esteban Ribovics. I say his name perfectly when I think about this fight all week, but now I'm actually recording the video. I can't say his name right. Fuck me. Yeah, talk about Esteban. He is coming off Contender Series with a knockout win in 90 seconds against Thomas Paul, who the only reason I remember him in that fight because Thomas Paul is deaf, so he beat up a deaf guy, Matt Hamill, John Jones style. Yeah, Esteban's good, man. From that one fight against Paul, he looked really good. He ran through him. 11-0. Shiny record 26. Most of it, does he have a decision win? No. Every win's a finish in the first. And a couple in the later rounds, but yeah, pretty much every win is a finish. And most of the last 3 have been in the first. His last 3 fights combined have not hit 2 minutes. Fucking 7 seconds 3 fights ago. 27 seconds before that, and then 90 seconds before that. What the fuck? Like, wow, 3 and his last 3 fights he's barely fought at all. And yeah, he's not beating 17-6 is actually not bad for a regional scene. 6-5 is pretty bad, and then 11-3. So he's not beating awful fighters, but he's not beating great guys. Yeah, he's a decent, he's an interesting add to the lightweight division. The betting odds for this fight are not shown on Tapology right now, but I do have best fight odds bookmarked, so I'll tell you what the odds are. I think Esteban is like -300. I believe. I would be shocked if he wasn't. What? Yeah, those are fucking backwards. It says Loik, Radzhabov is -300. That's clearly fucking backwards. There's no goddamn chance in hell that that's fucking accurate. That has to be a glitch. No fucking way, dude. If that's actually true, I'm fucking shocked. Yeah, now I really don't know what to say about this fight, because one dude's a prospect I've seen one fight of, and one dude I've heard good things about, but never seen a day in my life. So, this is the only fight on this card you'll get a bad breakdown from, because the rest of the fights I can talk about, this one not so much. Who am I going with in this fight? I think I'm leading El Gringo, Esteban Ribovics. I'll learn his name. I'll learn how to say his name recording eventually, because I can. But for fuck's sake, I'm stupid. Yeah, I think I am going Esteban to win here, but how do I think he's gonna take the W? I don't think he's gonna go to decision. I think he continues his no decision streak here, because Radzhabov is not bad. He's never been finished. Ooh, intriguing. All 4 of his MMA losses are by decision. That's fucking interesting. You know what? I think we start off this card with a bang. Esteban Ribovics by knockout in the first. I think he continues his streak of barely fighting, and I think we begin a card with I think we begin March Madness in UFC with a fucking bang. Esteban Ribovics by knockout in the first. Am I gonna look stupid with that pick in hindsight? Probably. But what else is new? When have I not looked stupid after a pick? So, Esteban Ribovics by knockout in the first. After that, now we start to get into the juicy shit on just the early prelims. This is probably one of the more intriguing fights of the prelims, if not the whole card. We have Farid Ferocious Basharat versus Damon, the Monster, Blackshear. Yes, Basharat I did say is the last name. No, I did not fuck up saying Javid. This is Farid, Javid's brother. Yeah, we got another set of brothers in the UFC. Do they match up to the Bonfim boys? Those good motherfuckers are fucking unbelievable. But we know how great Javid is, and let's see how his brother is. So let's talk about him. Farid is coming off the Contender Series where he looked, if I remember, he looked fucking flawless against the dude he fought, who was 7-1-1, not a terrible record. He just got his contract end of last year, so he's just trying to break it in. He did not get on the same card as his brother. Not very Bonfim of you guys. I'm trying to remember his Contender Series fight. Like I said, if I remember, he just looked fucking dominant and looked amazing. Not very much more to say about him. He's the wrestler side of the family. Obviously, we know Javid is more of the striker, but you know, we need a wrestler in there. What we got? That's what we got with Farid. Sorry about that. I don't know if that sounded terrible or not, but you know, yeah, that's what we got with Farid, the wrestler. He's very good. Like I said, from what I've seen, dude's really good, and Bantamweight keeps getting fucking talented. They need a real champion in that division. Aljamain Sterling's a bitch. So let's talk about Farid's opponent, Damon Blackshear. Damon is 0-1 in the UFC. He's another fighter who came in on short notice, got a contract, and fought. He fought Yusuf the Lol in his debut, going to a draw, a fight that he was winning until the third round when he gassed and got 10-8'd. So, not a terrible debut. Is Yusuf the Lol very good? No. But is going to a draw with him on short notice and kind of impressive, yeah, I guess. Looking over, I didn't know, they saw a couple interesting names. Chris Mutino, he lost to, that does not look good. Pat Sabatini, I can't get mad at that. Danny Sabatello from Bellator, heard decent things about him. So, yeah, Damon's okay. Do I think he's gonna do anything in the UFC? Not really. 28 years old, the one fight I've seen of him, he looks okay, but I don't think much of him. Like I said, he got 10-8'd by Yusuf the Law. Gassed or not, that's kind of a fucking sin, dog. So, overall, yeah, Damon, you're here to make Farid look good, and I think you are gonna make Farid look really good. In terms of the betting odds have Farid Basharat -450 to plus 350, I believe. Yeah, dude, Farid's really nice at. Is he better than his brother? Is the question I've heard in a couple breakdowns this week. I think you're really pushing it, asking that question already. Javid Borg could be a ranked bantamweight already. Farid's not even fucking debuted yet. So, calm down with the who's the better brother talks until we actually see Farid make his debut. But as of right now, he could be a very intimidating add to the division, and now with Javid being Javid. So, yeah, of course I'm going for Basharat. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm feeling fucking, wow, Damon's never been finished either. I'm going for Basharat by submission in a second. I think he's going to gas Damon and sub him and make a statement in his debut. And yeah, I really don't know what else to say. I think this is either he's gonna 30-27 him or he's gonna finish him. I'm leaning towards the finish. I have a feeling. Farid Basharat by submission in the second. After that, we get to more well-known fighters, at least for one side. A lot of people might not know the one fighter in here, but most people know the 40-year-old in this fight, as we got Jessica Penne, excuse me, versus Tabatha Baby Shark Ricci. I think I broke this fight down already a while back. I don't know why, I swear I did, but I don't know why, but whatever, I'll break it down again, not much. It's a very simple fight to break down, so yeah, let's talk about Jessica Penne. Jessica does not hide what she wants to do. Jessica has one game plan: get to the ground, because her striking is bad. The fight that really shows that is against her last fight against Emily Ducote. She made Emily Ducote look fucking phenomenal. Dude, Ducote landed about 85 fucking unchecked leg kicks, William Knight style, and her hands looked pretty good. And then we see Emily Ducote look like fucking Tyron Woodley, not in a good way, against fucking Angela Hill. But this is not about Emily Ducote. We'll talk about her in her next fight. It's about Jessica Penne. Yeah, like I said, Penne's game plan is please come into my guard so I can beat you. Like, she's only had 3 wins in UFC, which is fucking crazy. But her 3 wins, a decision against Random Marcos. I can take a guess how that fight went. She lost to Viviane. That win is fucking bullshit till this day. And then Karolina Kowalkiewicz had dog shit fight IQ and jumped into Penne's guard like a dumbass and got subbed. So, if you look at Penne's losses, can you really get mad at any of them? Carla Esparza on tough, and I think of Esparza as a joke, but obviously she's better than Jessica Penne. Joanna, she somehow got a fucking title fight. Jessica Andrade, come on. Are you ever gonna complain about losing to Jessica Andrade? Daniel Taylor, that's the fucking red sheep. And then Emily Ducote, as I talked about. So, like, has she lost to awful competition? Necessarily, no. Andrade, Esparza, and Joanna in a title fight again. How the fuck did she get a title fight? I don't know. But, no, you're not mad at those losses. Ducote and Godinez, who she lost to, and fucking Daniel Taylor. That name very fucking familiar. Yeah, I have seen you. You're in, like, yeah. Damn. Yeah, not much to say about Penne. You know what her game plan is. Fucking, please jump into my guard so I can sub you. Someone who's gonna do that willingly and probably win because of it is Tabatha Ricci, who just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday to Ricci. Yeah, someone who's gonna happily jump into Jessica's guard is Tabatha Ricci. Tabatha in the UFC is 2-1. Her debut short notice against Manon Fierro, where Manon used her head as a fucking target practice. But man, did Tabatha Ricci show heart, and if the ref didn't step in and stop that, she would have probably survived to a bad decision. But yeah, she had fucking heart. And then her last 2 fights against Maria Oliveira, that fight was a little too close. You still clearly won, but it was a little too close for comfort. Maria Oliveira, I think, is one of the worst female fighters on the roster. So to not look that great against her is kind of a bad look. So yeah. And then in her last fight, she had one of the weirdest fights I've ever seen against Polyana Viana, where for 3 rounds Polyana Viana laid on her back and got kicked in the leg, and then people called it a robbery when she lost, which I have no fucking idea. I don't get why people said that either, but I don't fucking know, and I'm confused. But yeah, Ricci clearly won that fight, in my opinion. Damn, does she only fight around her birthday? Jeez. Yeah, not much to say. Ricci's game plan is, she's a better striker in this fight, but do I think it's gonna be a striking match? Probably not. I think this is gonna be mainly Ricci on top, controlling Penne, fighting off submissions, and winning. So not much to really say there. Could Penne pull off the submission? Yeah, but not likely. So the betting odds agree. Taps to Ricci minus 230. I would probably move Ricci down to minus 200 on the money, just because Penne might suck at everything that's not wrestling, grappling, whatever, but she has that veteranship. She is 40, and Ricci has had very questionable performances. But with that being said, I still think Ricci is going to get the win here, and I'm going to tap to Ricci by decision. Yeah, not much more to really say there. Could be Penne's last fight. 40, going 1-4 in your last 5. We'll see. After that, the fourth featured prelim, the co-main of the feature prelim, the fourth early prelim, the co-main of the early prelims, a fight that I'll call right now. If this ends up being 5 tonight, don't be shocked. This is definitely a EP you want to watch. We have Mana Boy Martinez versus Cameron MFP Saaiman. Let's talk about Mana Martinez. Mana in the UFC is, I think, 2-1. Yes, 2-1. His debut, he barely beat Guido Canetti. He squeaked by in a very underwhelming performance. Then after that, he had a nail biter with Ronnie Lawrence, where he clearly lost the first 2 rounds, but the dude showed heart like a motherfucker and almost finished Ronnie in the third. One of the most insane fights of that card. And then in his last fight, end of last year, he had a close fight with Brandon Davis, which not really the greatest look in the world, but you know, it happens. Yeah, Mana is getting better each fight, it seems. The one big question mark of him and another fighter on this card is they're Glory MMA boys. If you know about who's the coach of Glory MMA, you know I did not think they could fight, and that obviously being James Krause is the coach of Glory. So I'm kind of wondering how that affects the fighters, because obviously Krause will not be there, and how I did not know you could fucking fight out of Glory anymore in the UFC, but whatever. Overall, to talk about Monty and not his gym, he's in better each fight. And this is probably his hardest fight so far. Good, this is a good step up. To talk about his opponent, Cameron Saaiman, a really good prospect, 22 years old, a guy Dana White sees a lot in. Coming off the Contender Series, he had a really good performance, getting a round 3 knockout, a really good one. Dana fucking blew smoke up his ass. He got the contract and he hyped him up. In his UFC debut, a couple months after that, he had a very underwhelming debut against Steven Kozlov. A fight that he was losing going into the third, and he needed to pull a knockout out of his ass, and he did. But yeah, the very underwhelming performance. His wrestling is definitely a weak point in his game, because like I said, Steven Kozlov easily wrestled him for 2 rounds and won. Simon's striking is really good, but yeah, he still has problems in wrestling. The good thing for him, Mana Martinez is probably not going to try and wrestle, but still, that if I'm Mana, that is definitely something I do look at as something I might want to do, because Steven Kozlov wrestled him and was, let's see, 4-13, was not far from winning that fight by decision, because he would have. So, but to really shit on Cameron is stupid, because dude's 22 years old and 8th fight, he's still gonna be green as an apple. But well, man, Dana hyped you up, and he's like, you think or swim, kid. Another great add to bantamweight. The bangouts for this fight I think are a little insane. Cameron Saaiman minus 250 to plus 210. I don't agree with those. I would have Saaiman maybe minus 150 to 110. I think that's a little more reasonable. I think this is a very losable fight for Saaiman. Mana is better than Steven Kozlov, striking wise by tenfold. Wrestling wise, again, I don't think he's gonna go for a wrestling game plan, but if he does, and he throws Saaiman off of that, don't be shocked if he won. I think this is gonna be a complete striking fest, which who does it help? We'll see. I think Saaiman with actually he has a shorter reach, but he is shorter in height too. That's weird. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really good, entertaining striking match, and yeah. Who am I going for in this fight? I do think Saaiman will pull out the win here. Trying to think. Yeah, I do think Saaiman pulled off the win here. I think, would I be shocked if it's a very nail biter? No. But I think it's going to be a great fight. Again, if this is your fight of the night by the end of the night, don't be shocked. And I'm going with the kid, Kamra and Saaiman to get the win here, man. 8-0, keeping that O. I think one of them put up a hell of a fight, but I think Cameron is going to not squeak by, but do enough to get the win against Mana. So yeah, Cameron Saaiman by decision. After that, the featured early prelim, a fight that's probably not going into round 2, let alone to a decision. The future Ian Machado Garry versus Kenan the Assassin Song. Yeah, he's back. Not Kenan Song, I don't give a fuck about him. Ian Garry already back after having a kid. He's been off for almost more than half a year. So let's see how the wannabe Connor does. Don't mind background noise. Fucking can't get quiet for fucking any time. Yeah, let's talk about Ian Garry. Ian is 3-0 in the UFC. In his debut, he knocked out Jordan Williams. Not really an impressive debut because he was not looking good in that fight till that beautiful counter. And come on, Jordan Williams is fucking trash. Dude lost to Mickey Gall, for crying out loud. After that, he had a awful fight with Darian Weeks, a fight that he barely won. But he did win, but come on, dude, you should be having a better performance against Darian Weeks than you did. And then his last fight, he had a more well-rounded performance against Gabe Green, but still nothing I was that impressed by. I think he should have done a little better in that fight. Overall, in 3 UFC fights, he had an underwhelming knockout debut, a boring, awful fight against Weeks, and an okay performance against Green. Like, I get he's only 25, he's 10-0, but next corner, the future. It's like, dude, I just look at this motherfucker as James Gallagher 2.0. He's just another kid wanting to be Conor, who ain't the skill as Conor, and ain't anything like Conor. The only thing he has in common with Conor McGregor is he's Irish. So, yeah. To talk about his opponent, Kenan Song, he's back after being off forever. His last fight was in 2021, losing to Max Griffin. In the UFC, Kenan is 4-2. His wins, where the fuck are his fights? Let's see, he beat Bobby Nash, Hector Aldana, I don't think anything to, with Irene, Derek Krantz, and Colin Porter. I have no idea who those 4 motherfuckers are. He fought Brad Riddell in Glory of Heroes. His 2 losses, Alex Morono and Max Griffin. Yeah, this dude's literally just here to lose and probably get cut. Nothing you really can say besides that. Who the fuck are these guys that he beat? These are the most auto-generated motherfuckers I've ever seen. Bobby Nash, Hector Aldana. Fucking Christ, dog. Yeah, not much to say. Kenan's literally just here to come back, lose to Ian, and probably get cut. So, not much more to say there. The betting odds for this fight have Ian Garry minus 560 to plus 400. Sure, 500 and above, you can make Ian Garry. He's gonna win this fight fucking easily because Kenan's a layup. So, I'm going Ian Garry by knockout in the first. Not much you can really dispute or debate. You know, wasting more time on that fight would be a disservice to any other fights on the card, because that fight does not deserve to be talked about that much, because we all know what that fight is, a layup. So, yeah. But yeah, those are the early prelims. They're pretty good. Prospects like Garry, Saaiman, Farid, Ribovics, and then Ricci is pretty good. So, yeah. To go on to the pretty stacked fucking normal prelims. This is the worst normal prelim, and even it's not a terrible fight. We begin the prelims with Julian, the Cuban Missile Crisis Marquez, versus Power Bar Marc-André Barriault. Let's talk about Julian Marquez. I have many mixed emotions on this dude. He shows talent, and he has a bad performance or an underwhelming performance. He's 3-2 in UFC, and he barely fights. His 3 wins are Darren Stewart, Maki Pitolo barely, and Sam Alvey. Jesus Christ. His 2 losses are Alicio Di Chirico and Gregory Rodriguez in his last fight. Are you mad at those losses? Maybe not Rodriguez, but dude, this dude has fought some terrible fighters. And fuck, he didn't even look good against half of them. Against Maki Pitolo, he looked shitty. Against fucking, I guess he looked good against Darren Stewart. That's not too hard to say about that. Against Sam Alvey, he looked as good as you can look against Sam Alvey. So, he fought Matt Hamill. Deadass. He really fought Matt Hamill, holy shit. In 2016, jeez. Yeah, not much to say about Marquez. He has flashes, but I don't know. And he goes in the same thing I said about Martinez, where it's, how is he gonna do without Glory? Probably better. Fuck. Yeah. Overall, I'm worried for Marquez here because I want to say he should easily win this, because in my opinion he should, but he's very untrustworthy. Very. To talk about his opponent, Marc-André Barriault, a dude who I swear fights so often, and I don't know why. No one wants to see him fight. He's so bad. Sorry about that. Marc-André is 3-5-1 in the UFC. His 3 wins: Abu Zaitar, Dalcha Langambula, and Jordan Wright. His 5 losses: Andrew Sanchez, Christoph Jotko, Jung Young Park, Chidian Jokawani, and Anthony Hernandez. And his no contest is against some dude no one's ever fucking heard of, so it's not worth talking about. So his 3 wins are against 3 tomato cans, and his 5 losses are against subpar or actually pretty decent fighters. In his last fight, Anthony Hernandez threw him around like he was playing UFC 4 and just spamming the takedown button, because he was. He literally spiked Barriault at one point. Very scary looking. Like, I'm not even kidding, he literally spiked him on his fucking head, and it was very scary. I'm shocked he's fighting so quick after that. Yeah, this dude's not very good. His striking is non-existent, and his wrestling is alright. He has a decent gas tank, even though I don't think he showed the power bar nickname against Anthony Hernandez. But, yeah, I've never been impressed with this dude. Even in his wins, like, he almost killed a Buazaitar, but it's a Buazaitar. He beat Dolce Lungambula, who hasn't, and you beat Jordan Wright, who hasn't. So I've never been impressed with this dude. He's never really done anything that impressive. If he beats Marquez in a decent way, okay, then you might start getting my attention, but let's be honest, how many more guys can you really beat when you're going up level by level? Probably none. So, yeah. The main for this fight have, I'm actually a little shocked by these. Marc-André Barriault minus 125 to plus 105. I don't see it. I would have it 115 apiece, because I don't trust Marquez just because he shows potential, but God, he falls on his face so often, and Barriault just sucks. I don't know what fucking route I'm going for in this fight. Shit. Fuck. I'm gonna go Julian Marquez in this fight, but I have no idea how. Damn, all shape of UFC went there by submission. I don't think he's gonna submit Marc-André Barriault though. Oh my god, I don't trust this motherfucker Marquez. I don't know what the fuck to do with this fight. I don't trust Marquez to win a decision. I don't think he's gonna fucking submit him. Marquez. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Julian Marquez by knockout in the first. I think he throws that missile and he lands. Knocks Barriault out. I'm going Julian Marquez by knockout in the first. It's the thing I'm most confident with. He's not gonna submit Barriault, and he's not gonna win the decision. Julian Marquez by knockout in the first. Am I any bit confident? Not really. But what can you do? I'd rather pick a dude who I trust a little than a dude I trust none. So, we're Julian Marquez by knockout in the first. After that, we get to a fight that I'm shocked in of Apex main event. Yeah, now the fights on this card will really start to pick up. We have Viviane Araujo versus Amnda Ribas. Now, like I said, now we're starting to pick up on this card. This being the second prelim is shocking. But that just shows how good this card is. So, enough saying about that. Let's talk about Viviane Araujo. VV in the UFC is 5-3. Her wins, really her most notable ones: Alexis Davis, Antena de la Rosa, Roxanne Modafferi. I remember that fight. She fucking annihilated Modafferi. Andrea Lee with the legendary dirty Brazilian line by Tony Kelly. In her 3 losses, Jessica I, not a good loss. Katlyn Chookagian, I think she won that fight twice. Chookagian tapped, and then she fucking won that fight just overall. And then Alexa Grasso in her last fight, coincidentally, who's fighting for the belt later. Vivi's always not really impressed me crazy, but at the same time, she's never like not been like she's the perfectly middle-ranked fighter. She's not terrible, but she's not. You're not gonna be a champion. She's just alright. I'm trying to think the equivalent. Like a fighter I can compare. Raquel Pennington, I guess, would be a good example. Someone you know who's not terrible, but how good are they really? So, yeah. Vivi's good. She wants to get this to the ground, kind of. I don't know. This fight's interesting. One of the funniest things I've heard in a couple breakdowns is people say she could knock out Ribas. because Ribas is chinny. What crack do you smoke? Dude, Ribas got knocked out one time by Marino Rodriguez. Viviane Araujo and Marino Rodriguez. Jesus. Yeah. Vivi has many past victories in this fight, but let's see which one she takes if she does win. Side note, she is 36 years old. I think that is something to play factor in. She's getting up there in age, so very interesting. Let's talk about her opponent. Probably the nicest, one of the nicest humans alive, Amnda Ribas. No one dislikes Amnda Ribas, because why would you? She is 5-2 in UFC. Her wins: Mackenzie Dern, Paige Van Zandt, Veranda Jandiroba. Her 2 losses: Marino Rodriguez, that I've talked about already, and Kaylin Shukagan. I think she won that fight personally. Yeah, it's funny, I think both these two got robbed against Kaylin Shukagan. Well, Vivi did get robbed. Ribas, I think, won at least. Yeah, Ribas wants to get to the ground, mainly, and do work. She beat Dern, which, I mean, that was a striking fest, though, because you don't want to wrestle with Dern. She subbed fucking Paige. She somehow out-wrestled Jandiroba, which is very impressive. But then she went to war with Caitlyn in a striking match, and I think won. So her striking is getting better, or Cash Kane just sucks, like I think. Yeah, she's good. I think Ribas is good. I think it's funny. I think after the Paige fight, a lot of people looked at her as, oh, so she's just another Paige, where she's not very good, but she's, you know, but I think our last couple, like the Marina fight did not help her case though. But then she beat Jandiroba, and I think she KO'd. So I think Ribas is pretty good. I think it's about 2 really decent fighters. So very good matchmaking here. The betting odds for this fight have Amnda Ribas -130 to +110. I would agree Ribas should be a little favorite. Some of my notes on Tapology is Ribas is picked 73%. I think that's a little crazy. I think the fight's a little closer than that. Like, I'll fucking say I am going Ribas, but I don't think it's this clear-cut fight for her. I think this could go either way. If Araujo wins, I won't be surprised. If Ribas wins, I won't be surprised. I think it's a very close fight that I don't think there's a clear path for Reese. I don't think there's a clear winner. With that being said, who am I going with? Like I said, I am going Amnda Ribas. And I think I'm going to go Amnda Ribas by decision. I think she'll, I think late in the fight, with Ribas' best chance for a finish. Maybe VV does gas a little bit. Maybe second, third round, Ribas can lock in an armbar or some shit. But more than likely, she's going to grind out a decision, I think. So, Amnda Ribas by decision. Battle of Brazil. After that, a really big fight to be on the prelims. A fight that has a lot of shit going on in middleweight. We have Derek. Wait, he has a fucking nickname. Derek the One Brunson versus Dricus Stonox du Plessis. Let's talk about Derek Brunson. We all know what we're going with Derek Brunson by now. A dude who's not really a good striker and just trying to grind you out for a decision. As his last couple wins have been that Ian Heinisch, Edmund Shabazian, Kevin Holland, Darren Till. When someone finally stopped takedowns, he lost. Jared Cannonier. I told people fucking Brunson ain't shit, because he ain't shit. He's a wrestler who beat up unproven shitty fighters like Edmund and Till and even Kevin Holland to an extent. Like, the dude ain't very good. Let's not lie to ourselves now. People are like, oh, he's gonna get the rematch with Izzy and beat him. Dude, what fucking coke are you snorting there, John Jones? That was never gonna fucking happen. He's never gonna fight Izzy again, let alone beat him. Let's be real fucking realistic now. Yeah, Brunson's one-dimensional and probably gonna retire. Not much to really say there. To talk about his opponent, Dricus du Plessis. This dude's really good. He had one giant flaw being, this dude has no fucking gas tank. He gassed worse than Darren Till did in a fight, in his last fight. In the UFC, he is undefeated at 4-0, beating Marquez Perez, Trevin Giles, Brad Tavares, and Darren Till. Are they impressive wins? Not by any means, but went to war of Tavares, which actually doesn't help his case. Had a very close fight with Darren Till, which rarely doesn't help your case. And then Trevin Giles, he knocked out, but Trevin Giles. I think Dricus is good, but dude had flaws in his game, bro. Again, the main reason I think he has a shitty gas tank, the dude's giant. For a middleweight, this dude is huge. Like, if he was a little taller, you could easily make him a light heavyweight. Like, the dude's pretty well built. Like, it's kind of crazy, to be honest, how big this dude is for a middleweight. I know saying that with Paulo Costa and Jared Cannonier running around is a little crazy, but you think you get my point. Dude's really fucking big, but if you can get a gas tank, dude can be a very interesting fighter. Hell, out of the 3 big prospects, above himself and Muniz, he's the only one not to fall yet. So, yeah. Yeah. The betting odds for this fight have Du Plessis minus 240 to minus 240 to plus 200. I would agree. Du Plessis should win this pretty easily. Brunson sucks. Let's not fucking lie to ourselves now. Du Plessis should and will win this most likely. And now it's just how. I'm feeling it's either a decision or a finish. I'm leaning toward the finish. Let's see, what Brunson lost lately. Finish, decision, finish. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's gonna get finished. So I'm gonna go Dricus Du Plessis by knockout / TKO in the second. I think he's gonna show his gas tank is a little better. He's gonna make Brunson completely just worry. And I think he's gonna finish him in a second. So Dricus DDP by knockout in the second. Should be good. He's gonna enter he's gonna be number 5, right? If he beats him, I think Brunson's 5th. That's crazy. He's gonna get beat in the top 5. Besides the point, I'll talk about that a different time. And now time for the featured prelim fight. I'm weirdly not very hyped for. I'm a huge fan of one of the fighters, but one I'm very worried for. We have the featured prelim: Cody, No Love, Garbrandt versus Trevin, 5-star Jones. I'm not going to break down Cody Garbrandt too much, because I think we all know who Cody Garbrandt is. If you don't, you're new, clearly. Cody. The dude who sold his soul and chin for one title win against Dominic Cruz. This is his last shot. If he loses this, he's done. He might as well retire, and I think that's stupid because dude's 31, but fuck. Dude, if you lose this, you're done. The UFC's trying to give him, they try to give him Ronnie fucking Yaya. They want Cody to win so bad. And can't really get mad who, his losses: TJ twice, Pedro, Rob, and Kai. Rob's the only one I can make a little bit of argue for, because Rob I think sucks. But besides that, Kai, TJ, and Pedro, A, Cody fought like a dipshit, and B, they're really good. Yeah, man, I'm worried for Cody, man. I'm very worried for Cody here. To talk about his opponent, Trevin Jones, who's not nearly as known, and who was not even booked in this fight. This was meant to be Julio Arce and Cody Garbrandt. Probably the worst matchup for Cody. But we got Trevin Jones in this one. Trevin is 1-3 in the UFC. How he's fighting for his job also. His one win that's counted is Mario Bautista. His 3 losses are Sidyokov, Kakramanov, Javid Basharat, and Hani Barcelos. I'm not mad at any of those losses. That Mario Batista win has aged beautifully. And then he had a no contest for getting caught smoking weed against Timur Valiev. So, you start off his UFC career 2 great wins, and then Sidyokov knocked his shit around. Javid Basharat knocked his shit around. Hani Barcelos actually had a pretty underwhelming performance against him. And now he's fighting for his job against Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, this is a loser gets cut fight, if we're being honest. Yeah, man. I don't think this fight's going to a decision. I think someone's going down. I have a feeling I know who. The betting odds for this fight, I think, are fucking mental. Cody Garbrandt minus 165 to plus 140. I'm a huge Cody fan. Trust me. I want nothing more than him to come back to who he was, even 4% of who he was. Dude, he should not be a favorite here. If these were my betting odds, I would have Trevin Jones minus 130, 125. A small favorite, but a favorite. I don't know how you could trust Cody Garbrandt. If Trevin looks at him too mean, he might fall over. Like, come on, man. Am I still gonna pick Cody Garbrandt out of biased? Yes, but like a keyword, biased. Do I actually think Cody's gonna win? No. I think Trevin's gonna knock his shit off again and retire him. So, I'm gonna go Cody, but am I confident? Not in the fucking slightest, so I'm going Cody Garbrandt by knockout in the first. Even if you win this, man, retire. Get one last one in the bag and hit the fucking bricks. So, Cody Garbrandt by knockout in the first, please. Those are the prelims overall. Really good prelims. Very, very good prelims. And now we move on to main card. I know you want me to get this done as quick as already what, 50 minutes in, so, but this is an in-depth breakdown, even if it's shitty, so, you know, whatever. So, good prelims. Now we move on to the main card, where we have I'm gonna give you the shortest breakdown here ever. We begin the main card with Jamie the Nightwolf Pickett versus Bo Nose, not his nickname, but it should be, Nickal. Not gonna waste any time on this fight. Bo Nickal's gonna win within 90 seconds, and it's not gonna be a fight. It's gonna be an easier fight than his DWCS fight. Bo Nickal by submission in the first, lock of the night. Nothing more to say. He's minus 1,400. Hell, if he made minus 1 million, I wouldn't bat an eyelid. Bo Nose should be fighting. Hell, I think if you put him in there for a ranked guy, I think he could beat some. So this is a waste of time for him, and easy win for him. Bo Nickal by submission in the first, lock of the night. Next, it's not gonna be an easy timestamp. It took fucking 3 seconds. After that, this is when the main card starts, and holy shit, this fight is insanely good. Mateusz Gamrot versus Jalen the Tarantula Turner. 1 minute. I'm trying to lose my voice a little bit. That's better. You gotta have a drink on hand if you're gonna talk for an hour about fights. So, you know, stay prepared. And I think after talking about about 80 prelims, I think I can take a quick drink. So, now on to Mateusz Gamrot and Jalen Turner. Let's talk about Mateusz Gamrot. He started off his UFC career well. Has not went well since. In the UFC, he is on paper 4-2, which I would agree. His wins, German Kutsaladze, a fight that, if I remember, everyone says he got robbed in, which if I remember he did. Scott Holtzman, easy. Jeremy Stevens, easy. Diego Fiera, easy. Apparently, a lot of people say never Armen Tarshukian fight with a robbery. I don't know if I would say robbery, but I do think I agree. He probably lost that fight. And then his last fight he lost to Barriault. Come on, dude. You should win that fight fucking easily. Garbrandt, the fucking crazy wrestler. The dude does not slow down on the ground. His striking is alright, but his wrestling's where it's at. Yeah, he wants to just constantly wrestle you, and a couple times it worked. A lot of times it hasn't. I think it's good, but I remember people saying, like, after the Diego Fiera fight, that this dude could really be something in the division. I saw it a little bit, but the Armin fight kind of lost. And then losing to Benio, dude, you're done. Like, come on, dude, you gotta win that shit. Yeah, I think Garbrandt's good, but how good is he? And 32 years old, has a shiny record, but talk about his opponent, Jalen Turner, a dude who came out of fucking nowhere. Came out of being, let's see, he's 6-2 in the UFC. He started off his UFC career going fucking 2-2, and then out of nowhere just said, you know what, I'm really good. His two losses are Vicente Luque and Matt Frivola. Luque not aged well, but at the time can't complain. Frivola, probably should be winning that. His wins, Euros Medic, Jamie Malarkey, and Brad Riddell. He almost got Dan Hooker too, which is funny. Almost a 3-piece. He's really good. He's very lengthy, so he's very dominant. He's very scary on the ground. His striking is not bad. It's pretty fucking good. He's really fucking good, actually, to be honest with you. All around, he's a very well-rounded fighter, and to get more well-rounded, weirdly, his wrestling might be his weak suit, even though his weak point, even though he is so lengthy. So I think that kind of makes him passable in it. And yeah, he came out of nowhere as a problem. Like, he's fucking good. 27 years old. If he can get better than, excuse me, if he can get better than what he is now, dude, he might be a fucking problem. So, the betting odds for this fight have Mateusz Garbrandt -170 to +145. I can't disagree. I'd rather have Garbrandt a favorite, but I don't know if I would say 170. I'd say maybe 140 to +120. He should be a favorite, not a huge favorite, but a decent favorite. A little sized favorite. Because I think on paper, if you look at who they fought, who they beat, Garbrandt should win. But dude could easily say he's on a 2-fight losing streak. Yeah. Who am I going with in this fight? I'm going with an underdog in this one. I think Turner pulls out the upset. I think he does. I think he does. I think he does it here, man. I don't know why. When I saw this fight get booked, I literally made a reply to Marcel on Twitter. People better not count Turner out in this fight. I think it's crazy to count the dude out. Dude's really on a hot streak. If he gets completely demolished in this fight, then I'll say, yeah, he beat shitty fighters. Brad Riddell, Jamie Malarkey, Euros Medic, fine. But dude, right now, he looks like a fucking phenom. He is a 6'3" fucking lightweight. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm going Jalen in this, man. Is it risky? Yes. Is it smart? Far from. But when have I ever made a smart, non-risky pick? So I'm going Jalen Turner by decision here. I don't think he finishes Garbrandt. I think Garbrandt finishes him, but even I don't think that's happening. So I'm going Jalen Turner by decision here, but not confident. But I have a feeling. I've had those feelings lately. I forget who it was a week or so ago. I had a feeling about, and I got it right, I believe. Who the fuck? I don't remember. But you know what I mean. So, Jalen Turner, upset time. So, yeah. after that, we get to the last non-title fight of the card, as we have a really interesting fight at 170. It's going to answer a big question. We have Joff, Hands of Steel, Neil versus Shavkat Nomad Rakhmonov. The big question being answered at 170 is, how good is Shavkat Rakhmonov? Because he's fucking good. But we'll of course talk about his opponent first, Joff Neal. I think we all know Joff Neal by now, a dude who hits like a truck, but outside that, not really that amazing. He has 7-2 in UFC. His wins, Bilal, Nico Price, Mike Perry, Ponzinibbio, and Luque. But a couple of those have aged alright. Though, yeah, the Frank Camacho knockout is vicious as fuck. The Mike Perry ones are the one that put him on the map. Ponzinibbio, that fight was forgettable. Luque was a shocking one. He put Luque face down ass up, which fucking impressive. But you know how good is Vicente Luque really? I don't think he's that good. Yeah. Overall, I think that Neil's. Oh, and his two losses are Wonder Boy and Neil Magny. Wonder Boy just styled on him like Wonder Boy does. Neil Magny, if I remember, I actually did think Neil won that fight watching live, but whatever. Neil's okay. I think he falls into a category where he's just, especially at 170 at least, is he a bad fighter? No, not in any means. But is he this amazing fighter who you could see being a top contender? No. Let's be honest, how does he do against Colby Covington, Usman, Leon, Hamzat, Burns? Very badly. Dude fucking lost to Neil Magny. He lost to the gatekeeper. Yeah, I don't know. I think Neil's okay. Hits like a truck, but that's his main asset. To talk about his scary good opponent, Shavkat Rakhmonov. By the way, it's just me, or does he look like Sakuraba? Just me? Like, yeah, 16-0, shiny record Shavkat has. And this dude's just good. Like, when I say this dude's good, he's good. 4-0 in the UFC, Alex Oliveira, Michael Perazis, Carlson Harris, and Neil Magny. Alex Oliveira, is it a great win? No, but for a debut at what, 20 something? About 25, I will say. Against a nice veteran like Alex Oliveira, not bad. Subbing him, no less. The Michael dude, yeah, we won't talk about that because the dude was like fucking 8 inches shorter. Carlson Harris, that was impressive as shit. And then Neil Magny. Neil Magny, he just completely ran through, as we all knew he would. Overall, Shavkat's really fucking good. His wrestling's great, his striking's getting better. Dude's just fucking good everywhere. Like, he's not looked one bit troubled in UFC in his 4 fights. Like, he's not looked in any sort of danger in any of his UFC fights. Like, he's just looked really fucking good. Don't be shocked if when I say this dude's name in a breakdown sometime next year, he's either fighting for the belt or fighting for the next championship fight. Because this dude is good. Like, really good. This is Kazakhstan's best chance at a title. Yeah, they might ever have. So, yeah. The man on 3rd fight have Shavkat Rakhmonov minus 500 to plus 380. I could not agree more. He doesn't win this fight. Like, let's not kid ourselves. He's gonna win this fight. He is scary good, and I see him getting the win here. So, and I think he's gonna I think this is gonna be a statement, a scary statement, and I'm saying Shavkat Rakhmonov by knockout / TKO in round number 2. I think he puts a statement. I think he puts a fucking statement out there, man, and puts his name right in that top contender spot. where he could be fighting Bilal, or probably Bilal, honestly. If he wins, he probably fights Bilal, which, my god, he's gonna run through Bilal. But that's for when that fight happens. So, Shavkat Rakhmonov, knockout in the second. Now on to some title fights. We start off with the Women's Flyweight Championship of the World. Co-main event, Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Do I really need to go in depth on who these two are? No. Valentina, first bout Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time. Great strawweight fighter of all time, because if you try to make a Mount Rushmore, it's her head with, it's her face with 4 different expressions, because she has ran that division. Now, if we actually look into who those wins are and who she's been beating, let's be honest, are they really that impressive? Jessica I, Kaylin Chukagian, Jennifer Maia, who we lost a round to, Lauren Murphy, Joanne Wood almost got a title shot, fuck. And hell, I'll be honest, she lost to Talia Santos. I don't care what anyone fucking says. So, Val's good. I think she has shown more weakness. Her main weakness is wrestling. That's why Erin Blanchfield's gonna rip her fucking head off. If you can wrestle, you have a good chance against Val. Talia beat her for 3 rounds by getting her to the ground. Jennifer Meyer won a round off her because she wrestled. Like, striking with Valentina is a scary fucking game. Well, she'll just headbutt you, but wrestling with her, you have a great fucking chance. If she ends up on top, you're kind of fucked, which I'll talk about in a second. But you can say a lot about Valentina, even though I think she's starting to get a little long in the tooth, and I don't think she's holding a belt by the end of the year. Let's talk about her opponent, Alexa Grasso. Love your Grass. I'm gonna pick you out of bias, but you're gonna get your fucking head beaten. Like, this is a hand-picked fight for Valentina just to make her look good before she loses the belt to Blanchfield. Because UFC knows she lost that Santos fight, and she looks terrible after that. So I'll give her a fucking cherry-picked matchup, and someone like Grasso who, yeah, she can strike, box, that Valentina. I'll tell you right now, the fight's gonna end either 50-45 or crucifix. Like, I love Grass, but this title fight makes no fucking sense. Grasso's ranked like 6, and she's on a 4-fight winning streak. But if you look at those 4, Ji-Yeon Kim, Macy Barber, Jesus Christ, Joanne Wood, fuck, and Viviane Araujo, like, she should not be fighting for the belt. She should have got one more fight before the belt. She should have fought Manon or fucking some shit. This fight makes no sense, and was clearly cherry-picked for Valentina to win and look good. Because why else would you do this? Unless you were gonna do the Irene Grasso 2-header, but Nunez got scared, so I don't know. I don't get it. I'll tell you, Valentina's gonna win. Let's be honest. The betting odds agree. 625. For once, she's not a 4-digit favorite, but after her last performance, can't blame it. Yeah, Valentina's gonna win. Let's not lie to ourselves. But I'm biased, and I will always pick Grasso against Valentina. A couple people I won't pick Grasso against, but hopefully she never fights them. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Grasso here. I'll happily, you know me. If you're new here, I make biased picks all the fucking time, almost every week. Hell, I made one of Cody Garbrandt. I don't give a fuck. I pick who if I actually care about a fighter, I don't care if I get to pick wrong, and rather pick them and be wrong than pick against them and be right. So, I'm going to Alexa Grasso. Is she gonna win? Hell no. But I'll pick her. Alexa Grasso by decision. Not gonna happen, I know. Valentina crucifix is gonna happen, and I'm not ready. So, yeah. And now, the main event of the evening. One of the biggest fights of the year, and if we look back on the 2020s, might be one of the biggest fights of the decade. When we look back, we have John Bones Jones versus Cyril, not Cyril, Bongaman Gone. Holy shitty. We have one of the greatest fighters of all time back, not the GOAT. John Jones is not the GOAT, stop lying to yourself, versus a guy who is really great in Cyril. But man, I feel bad for Cyril here. He's gonna get fucking annihilated. What can you say about this fight? Like, let's talk about Cyril first, because it's easier. We know what Gon's game plan is in this fight. Point fight for 25 minutes, good. If he gets on his back, he's losing. If he tries to, like, get crazy with striking of John Jones, he's losing. So, yeah. Let's talk about Jones. The main thing you gotta talk about is is move up to heavyweight after 3 years, coming off a loss to Dominic Reyes. How does he look? Well, he looks like he has a dad bod now at heavyweight, and yeah, he didn't put on muscle, he put on weight. Not gonna call him fat because he has a dad bod now. So yeah, this fight's so fucking weird in a way. I think Jones is gonna win easily, to be honest. I think he's gonna get Gon to the ground, throw some elbows, throw some punches, and it's gonna be stopped probably second, third, fourth. But I will never pick John Jones. Fuck John Jones. I'm picking Cyril Gon because I will not pick a woman beater. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm not excited to see John Jones back. Not excited to see John Jones with a belt again. Not excited for John Jones and Martinez to both still have belts by the end of the night. What can you do about it? The more interesting part of this fight is the betting out. Jones only minus 160 when he opened as the underdog. I'm shocked Jones ain't like minus 300. I think he fucking, if he was, I wouldn't complain. I think he's gonna run through Gon. I'm not even trying to be funny, I honestly think that, so whatever. Fucking whatever. Throw Gon, baby. Gon season. To go over my picks one last time, Esteban Ribovics by knockout in the first. Farid Basharat by submission in the second. Tabatha Ricci by decision. Saaiman by decision. Machado Garry by knockout in the first. Julian Marquez by knockout in the first. Amnda Ribas by decision. Dricus Plessis by knockout in the second. Cody Garbrandt by knockout in the first. Nickal lock of the night submission in the first. Jalen Turner by decision. Shavkat Rakhmonov by knockout in the second. Alexa Grasso by decision. And Cyril Gon by decision. The last two are biased, and I know they're not gonna happen. I don't want to get comments about it, because, like I said, I know Johns and Valor are winning. I don't need fucking to know. Thank you. Yeah. Or I don't need to be reminded of what I wanted to say if I had any IQ. So, yeah, that's UFC 285. Great fucking card all around. Try and find a bad fight outside of Marquez and Barriault. I don't think there is a bad fight on this card. So yeah, it's a great card. Can't fucking wait. And yeah, March Madness in the UFC is gonna be fucking amazing. So overall, you'll hear from me next week, same bat time, Friday, 1 p.m. EST, for a breakdown of UFC, I have no idea what they're calling it, Cedar, New York Cedar or whatever, Jan and Morocco, and I'll of course do a recap of this crazy fucking card on that at the beginning of that video. So, anything else I think to say? Not really, besides I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your picks down below, like, comment, sub, our souls go by the end of the year. And as always, RX. Out. Viva Mexico. Fuck John Jones.